Cook it up until the end. Set the place on fire again. Yeah. Cook it up until the end. Set the place on fire again. Hey, different level. Killer with no pretend strike a different level.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me back up, girl. I'm close as fuck. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the highly requested labor and delivery video. I'm just going to tell you guys how my labor and delivery went from the beginning all the way to the end. And if you hear him, you guys, Kyrie is here. Our special guest is here, but he is in the rocker. He chilling, keeping me company while, you know, I make content and stuff. So if you're new to my channel and you just click this because you're pregnant and you're like, damn, what do I, like, you don't know what to expect, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment if you love me, of course. So let's get into it. So my due date was December 27th. I ended up having my son on December 14th. As you guys know, the math kind of wasn't mathing for me. So I knew for a fact I was not going to make it all the way to December 27th. Because when I had my initial, you know, when you have your initial test where like, it's an ultrasound, but it's a vaginal ultrasound where they have the tube, the little wand looking thing, they put the condom on it, they put the stuff on it, and then they like insert it into you to see how far along you are, because you're not that far enough for like a stomach ultrasound. So I had that ultrasound and the lady was kind of like telling me 10 weeks, 11 weeks. I didn't really know what, so I really never knew how far I was, but I always went with the furthest one, if that makes sense. So in my head, I knew he was going to come around the 15th, the week of the 15th, and they're telling me the week of the 27th. Girl, I know my body. I got something told me like time myself. Is it ahead or before? I knew he was coming the week of the 15th, and they were telling me the week of the 27th, but I knew I was not making it all the way to the 27th. They were even telling me to plan late to like January. There's no way. Like there's no way. So initially, I didn't have a plan for my labor and delivery. I did not want a C-section by all means in my birth plan. I did not have a C-section in my birth plan. I wanted to push him out. I wanted epidural, of course, and I wasn't trying to do a natural. I don't give a fuck about that natural shit. I wanted survival, I want my baby to survive, and I wouldn't want to be in no pain. So that was my mindset going in. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was kind of trying to base what to expect on everyone else. I was asking women, hey, what do contractions feel like? Hey, when your water broke, what happened? And I was like, you know, listening to everyone else. Don't listen to nobody. Everybody's body is different. Everyone's pregnancy journey is going to be different. So listen to your body. You know your body. And trust me, when it's time, you're going to know that it's time, right? So when I don't know how to explain this, but if you've had a baby, then you already know. And if you haven't if you haven't had a baby, then you don't know what I'm about to explain everything. So there's multiple ways that you can end up in labor here in Darnall. I don't know how every other hospital is different. Some might send you home. I don't know. But the hospital that my son was born at, which is Darnall Hospital on Fort Hood, Texas, if your water breaks, you immediately have to go to the hospital. If you start having contractions and they're not a certain amount of minutes apart, they will send you home and you will have to labor at home. So there's many different ways that you can start, like labor can start. There's different ways. So I never knew what to expect. When it came to my water breaking, I always expected like the movies, like the big shoosh, the big gush, but it wasn't that. So that's actually what happened. So you guys, I woke up in the morning, 3 weeks before that, I was having cramps, but they were not your normal period cramps. They were like horrendous period cramps, like I need to lay down. So I was so obsessed with having him and just ending my pregnancy. I wanted my pregnancy to end. My pregnancy, in my opinion, was not enjoyable, and I do not want to ever do it again. But I wanted my pregnancy to end. So every time I felt a cramp, I was like, oh my God, is this it? And it's like, no, that's not it. So I was kind of becoming, in my head, the girl who cried wolf. Like, I'll feel a cramp, like, oh my God, he's coming. And then the cramp will go away, and it's like, all right, girl, we'll take your ass to sleep, you know? So the morning of, I woke up and I was cramping, those same normal cramps. And my boo, what's wrong? And my boo, he was leaving to go to work. Soon as he closed the door, I got this, it's not even a cramp. It was like the sharpest pain of my life. And now that I've, you know, been through contractions, I know that that was a contraction. That pain was so sharp, it like got me to stand up. Like I had to stand up. Like I was like, okay, maybe if I stand up and lean on the wall, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be good. And I didn't want to keep complaining that I'm cramping or I'm in pain, because I don't know. I just feel like if you're not pregnant, like if you're not the woman, you will never understand. So it's like, I didn't want to seem like I was complaining. So as soon as the door locked, girl, I let out a big ass scream because I didn't know, like what the fuck? Like, what is this? So I just let out a big scream because the pain just kind of like took over me. So I get up. I feel something dripping on my leg. But it's a lot, but it's not like swoosh. It's more like shoosh. Like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that happened. So I knew my water broke because the amount of liquid that was pouring down my leg and because of that sharp pain. That pain was kind of resembling like something popped. Like it was like a startle pain. Like it was a pain. It was a bad pain. So my water broke. I called Mace. I said, I just started crying because you think you're ready for this time. You're ready to go in labor. You're not ready. You're never ready. Especially as a first-time mom. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what contractions feel like. You trust what everybody else saying. So I'm initially waiting because I was told that cramps stop you in your tracks. If you walk in, the cramps are so bad that it'll take you to your knees. That's what women were telling me. That shit was not that bad to where it took me to my knees. So Bae came back inside, and we didn't have a hospital bag packed at the time because, of course, y'all know my due date was like the next week. So we just threw in some bullshit in the hospital bag. At that time, I wasn't contracting, and then when we were about to leave, I started to have a little bit of contractions. Nothing that I couldn't get my body through. The contractions they hurt, but I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. The contractions that I felt when I was induced, if those were like the end of normal contractions, like if I'm 10 centimeters and I have those contractions, I could have went through like no epidural. But for that to be the beginning of my labor and you can hear my ass down the hallway, absolutely not. So we packed the bag, we get in the car, we're on the way. We passed by Chick-fil-A. You guys seen that in the vlog. I'll leave the vlog link down below. So we're going in, and I'm really feeling the contractions. I'm like, ooh, like, as you guys seen in the video, like I couldn't even hold the camera up. I had to put it down. Like I had to breathe. Like, I was like, oh my God. As far as my water breaking, guys, my water was breaking. Well, it already broke, but I was leaking all over the hospital. Like it was like all over the room, and I just felt so dirty, like so dirty. Like it's just leaking out of you, and it won't stop. And they actually told me I have a lot of fluid, so maybe that's why I just thought I was so dirty. But I ended up, you know, passing a stool in the bathroom, and that was excruciating pain. They did I wasn't in the labor and delivery unit yet. I was in like the triage part, and they did what's it called, cervical check. First of all, that was horrible. Number one. The lady, the nurse, she was a Caucasian old lady. I don't know what she was digging for, but that was not it, y'all. Like, that shit was not it. It's not like they insert it and they're like, I'm not trying to be funny. They're like trying to like fist you or something. Like, it is so bad. But they ended up telling me I was like 1 centimeter dilated, whatever. So they moved me to the labor and delivery unit. Me and my boo, we in the labor and delivery unit. I said, you know what, I'm going to text my homegirl and tell her, girl, my water broke. I text my homegirl, my water broke. Dory, she lived all the way in Dallas. She said, I'm on the way. I didn't ask her to come. She took it out of the kindness of her heart to come. And I don't think I could have got through that experience without my friend, y'all. She wiped my ass for me. She fed me. She cleaned me. She washed my butt. She washed my cooch. I never expected to ever have a friend like that. And I never knew that I was going to need so much support. If you're a first-time mom and you think you can do this by yourself, or you think no, you need as much support as you can get, because I'm telling you that shit, depending on how your labor and delivery goes, it can be absolutely traumatizing. So we go to labor and delivery room. They're like, hey, we have to give you this medicine to induce, like, to make the progress go faster. They were like, when your water breaks, you have a certain amount of time before the baby has to come out. Now, I got to the hospital, I think it was like 8 a.m. and at this point it was like 2, 3. So they give me the medicine. It's a medicine that you put in your cheek and it dissolves and your contractions start. That's when shit got real. If you can avoid being induced, by all means avoid it. Because when you are induced, for you guys that do not have children or have never been pregnant, whatever, when you are induced, they give you medication that forces your body to either start labor or like progress labor very fast. That shit, let me tell you something, baby. That is I can't even talk. That is an out-of-body experience. If I don't even know how to explain contractions, because when I asked y'all was saying strong period cramps. What the fuck kind of period y'all be having? Because that was not strong period cramps. That was, I don't know, if I could explain it, it's like somebody is inside of your body, or something is inside of your body, and it's twisting your body. It's like twisting your insides, but you feel it throughout your whole body, and it kind of can make you spasm. Like you could like all I could do was hold the hospital rail and like just clench, because it was so, that pain was so bad. They said they heard my ass down the hallway. I wasn't screaming, but the only thing I could do was like like it was. Listen, y'all, I have a high pain tolerance. I have tattoos all over my body, my spine, my buttocks, my vagina, the back of my neck, my foot. I have I've had eye surgery. I've had a BBL. I've had what's it called? Breast implants, breast lift. I've had a lot of surgeries or procedures to where I can say that I know pain. And you guys don't, but trust me when I say that is the worst pain of my entire life. So I kept saying I want an epidural, I want an epidural. They were like, no, you cannot get epidural until you're 4 centimeters dilated. And at that point, I was only 2 centimeters dilated. So one of my bosses, his wife is a labor and delivery nurse. And I said it, I was like, God, please, like, let her be at work. I had told her my due date, and she was like, she don't know if she's gonna work that week. So I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm happy that it was her, because when I tell you, I feel like she was an angel sent from God. I felt like I knew everything was going to be okay just because she was there. Like, it was so weird. So I'm cramping. They give me this medication that's like, I don't know what it's called, but it had me high as fuck. It had me so high, I swear to God, I almost, listen, y'all don't even know, but it had me so high. But it didn't take the contractions away at all, or the pain away from the contractions, but it made you so high that you couldn't focus on the pain of the contractions. So time goes by and I'm still begging for the epidural. They finally get the epidural. So I'm in the bathroom cramping with Dory. She's by my side. I'm hooked up to IVs, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was literally to a point with them contractions that I said, God, if it's my time, take me. That's how bad it was. I don't ever want to go through that pain again. So I come out the room, and the nurse that I wanted, she was there, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. I don't know what power she got, but she got that motherfucking people to get the epidural. She got the people to get the epidural. And that's who you guys seen in the vlog that I was holding. I was holding her like for dear life, and I was hunched over. I got my epidural. Epidural was not bad. The worst part of the epidural was the part where they numb you. That kind of felt like a bee sting. And then the epidural part. I've had an epidural before when I had my BBLs, so it's like, I kind of already knew what to expect as far as epidural goes. So as soon as I get the epidural, you know, we chilling, I'm high, I'm vlogging. People just come, no, I'm lying. The nurse and another lady came rushing in, and they were like, hey, you know, there's Sean Ward's in the room and Mace is in the room. But Sean Ward's my boss, so it's my boss and Bay in the room. And they're like, hey, is anybody you don't want in the room, because we got to flip you over. And I'm back in my head, I'm like, girl, I don't even know why you asked me, because if it's for my child's health, flip me over. Flip me like a fucking fish. Flip me over. I don't care who sees what, like, in that kind of timing, you know? So they flipped me over. They were trying to find his heartbeat, and they could not find it. Now, I was really calm. And I don't know why I was calm. Like, I was so calm, you guys. I was just like, I was calm. Mace was freaking out because Mace had left, but then he came back. And then he just heard something about a C-section. So he like, no, what's going on? I got questions. He started asking everybody questions. Like, it was just a lot going on in that room. So they flipped me over. They could not find his heartbeat for a while. And I was like, you know what? If this is God punishing me for me having an abortion when I was younger, it is what it is. I got to take it as a grain of salt. Like, I was in that moment so receptive of whatever was going to happen. I was like, you know what? Like, it's above me. Like, I can only let go and let God do whatever it is that he want to do. I can't stress right now, because you're telling me you can't find his heartbeat. I don't want to elevate my heart rate. Like, I knew that freaking out in that moment was not going to be good for me or Kyrie. So they go, it takes a while, but they find the heartbeat. Everything calms down. People just come rushing in. People come rushing in. Nurses, doctors, everyone just comes rushing in. But I'm not realizing that your baby's heart monitor and your monitor is connected to the nurse's station. So they can see like, oh, room 202, the baby heart rate is 0. Like, they can see that kind of stuff. So everyone comes rushing in. They're like, hey, look, ma'am, we gotta have a C-section. I said, bitch, what? Hold on, I gotta delete some footage. I'm back and I'm better. Yes, 21 minutes. So, like I was saying, am I in focus? I hope I am. So, yeah, like I was saying. So, I gotta back up, actually, to... Yeah, I gotta back up. While I was getting epidural, it was 2 people. It was a Caucasian young woman and a Caucasian man. The young woman didn't really seem like she was doing. It kind of seemed like she was like practicing or something, but they had did a good job on epidural, so I'm like, whatever. Now, I had a doctor. The doctor was absolutely amazing. I do not know her name. She came in, she explained everything to me. She said, hey, look, we found this heart. Why is my shit falling? Yeah, so like I was saying, I had a very amazing doctor, Chinese lady, I don't know her name. She came in the room, she explained everything to me. She said, look, your son's heart rate is dropping and you're only 2 centimeters dilated. We don't think he's gonna make it or be able to handle you know, when you reach 8 to 9 centimeters, he might not make it because his heart rate is dropping. So we're gonna do a C-section. It's not gonna be considered an emergency C-section. There's no rush. You know, hubby, here's your gown, your hat, and all that shit you gotta wear in the operating room. Cool. So she finally, and she's talking to me, she's like, I love your tattoo. They start shaving my down area, like my crotch area. She's like, oh, I love your tattoos. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my best to save your tattoo because I have like a big tattoo down there. She's like, I'm gonna try my best to save your tattoo. You know, I'm gonna try my absolute best. And she did a phenomenal job. My C-section scar is literally non-existent. Like, it looked like I didn't even have a C-section. But I have like a little pouch. I don't know. I'm not gonna show y'all because the last time I tried to show y'all, YouTube flagged my ass. So, you know, she was very nice and she explained everything to me. She's like, yeah, no, it's not an emergency. It's not a rush. And then, you know, they left and went to go prep the OR in a sense. I guess they were like trying to get an OR or whatever. And, you know, I'm talking to Mace. And at this point is when it all hits me and I'm just like praying. I'm like, God, just lead the way. Like what was I saying to myself? I was like, my heart and my flesh may fail, but the Lord is the strength of my heart forever. And I also was saying to myself, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you may go. So I'm like, look, all this is above me. I cannot freak out. Mace is looking at me like, how are you so calm? And I'm literally, I don't think he understands that, like, something like giving birth, and that's why I don't like pregnancy or childbirth and none of that. You have no control over your body, okay? Like, everything, as much as you think you do, you don't have no control over your body. I left everything to God. If it was meant for me to pass away or, you know, like whatever, if it was going to be an ugly situation, I, in that moment, let everything go to God. I was like, look, I can't freak out. I can't, like, there's nothing I can do but pray. Like, there's nothing I can do. So they go, they pushing me to they come in, they grab me, they pushing me to the OR. The anesthesia lady, she's like at the top of my head, and then the nurse, the nurse that I love her, she's at the other side of my head. Like, I'm telling the anesthesia lady, should I be feeling my legs? Yeah. You're gonna be fine. Yeah, they're gonna do this thing where they like comb they're gonna like touch you and you tell them what you feel. Okay, ma'am. Because at this point, I don't know how epidurals work in terms of like how strong they are. I don't know if they had took the epidural. Yes, they did. I'm lying, guys. I'm sorry. They did take the epidural out. It was in my back, but they like took it out of the IV. Like, they stopped it because they was like, we don't want his heart rate to go down, whatever. On the way to the OR, I'm like, ma'am, I feel my feet. Like, I feel like normal. I can get up and walk. I don't know if that's okay. So we get in the operating room. I'm cracking jokes with them. I'm like, yeah, you know, since y'all about to slice me, can y'all give me a tummy tuck? They're hee. I'm dead ass. Give me a tummy tuck while I'm laying here. So, you know, we all joking and they're cleaning and they're doing everything and shit just gets hectic out of nowhere. So I guess when I got in the OR, his heart rate was dropping again. I guess it was like, when I got to the operating room, it turned into an emergency C-section. The jokes was over, bitch. Like, nobody's laughing with you anymore. Lay your ass down. So you know how you're on the bed and they have to like transport your body to the operating table? You know, like how the nurses have to do it, or the nurses, you know, do it. I did it myself. I got myself up on the table. That's why I was like something's not right. I shouldn't be this mobile if I'm about to have a C-section, like, you know? And because they were like rushing because his heart rate was dropping, I kept telling them, like, am I supposed to feel anything? Am I supposed to feel anything? They're like, no, you're gonna be fine, girl. Yeah. Okay, but I still feel my legs. I can get up, I can crip walk, I can do the heel toe. Like, I can full on get light. I can do I could bust out a whole choreography right now, and I should not be able to do that. And that was when my heart started, like, I was like, oh shit, like, shit finna get real. They're not listening to you, Jasmine. Like, okay. So then before they're about to operate, they were in a rush so bad that they almost forgot you know how you get a C-section and they have that thing covering you so you can't like look down. It's like a blue, it's huge. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They almost forgot it, and the doctor was like, hello, like put the shit, like, you know, it's like they were racing. So the lady, the doctor, she goes and she's like touching me. She's like, do you feel this? I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, do you feel this? I'm like, not really. And then she's like, do you feel this? And I'm like, yeah. And then I don't know if they were like rushing or they just didn't give a fuck about what I was saying, but they start cutting. So I said, am I supposed to feel it? And they're ignoring me. They're more so focused on getting the baby out. But baby, if it's me, ooh, y'all gonna hate this opinion. If it's me or the baby, save me. I can always make another baby. It will never be another me. I say that now, I think if I was in that moment, I'd probably be like, save him. I don't know. But they were not listening to me. And I said, am I supposed to feel it? Like, I'm on the table, arms out, like a fucking Vienna sausage, just laid the fuck out. And I'm like, am I supposed to feel it? They're like, one of the ladies, I guess she called it attitude, because I asked like 3 times, am I supposed to feel it? She's like, no, you're just gonna feel pressure. Ma'am, I don't feel pressure. I feel it. So I'm like, they're like ignoring me, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, and I understand they had like a job to do, but if I'm telling you, like, I'm in pain, like, bitch, figure it out. Do what y'all need to do. So I think that, so what had happened after that was I started to pray again. I said, you know what, God, these people are ignoring me. And if I have to sit here through this agony while they take him out, I'm going to sit through it for as long as I can. So then they keep going. And at this point, I'm still like, I think at this point I start crying. Like, I'm like crying. Everything was happening so fast, you guys. So what I think made them believe me was when they were doing everything and I was like, hey, like, what layer is she on? Why is she taking so long? What layer is she on? Because I wanted everything to be over with. Like, if I'm going to be feeling it, I would say like 1 to 10, I felt like 8.5 of it. Like, it wasn't pressure. Like, it's pressure. No, the fuck, that's not pressure, bitch. I know pressure. I got like 1 million tattoos. I know what pressure is. Like, be fucking for real. Like, stop ignoring me and just listen to me. So I think once I said what layer is she on, they're like, oh, like, no, she like dead ass know what's going on. Like, yes, ma'am. And the lady, listen, she did a phenomenal job. She was so kind, but that lady was going fast. She was damn near rushing. Like, she was, ma'am, fucking breathe. Like, you know, and I understand the motive, like, the motive behind it was like the baby, but the mommy too. Like, the fuck. So eventually, the last thing I remember saying was, how many layers she got? Like, can she hurry up? How many layers? And I think that's when they realized, like, okay, no, like, she can feel it. Like, she's not supposed to feel it. Like, I think once by the time that I was saying what layer is she on, it was like she was going through the layers and I was like, what layer is she on? So, like, I think I said it at the right time or whatever. So they knew that I could feel it. So then, boom, I don't remember what the fuck. I think they put me out. The guy, the Caucasian guy, anesthesia guy, is amazing. The Caucasian anesthesia guy is amazing because I think the young girl, she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She was trying to help me. And I heard the guy, because you got to think, they're at your head. I'm like this. And one is here and one is here. And I heard him say to her, what are you doing? Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So I hear him saying to her, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, kind of like she was, like, incompetent. Like, she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. So he, I guess, took over. I guess she's, like, in training, and he must have been her supervisor. But he took over, and he came to my ear. He said, listen, give me 5 seconds. I got you. I'm going to put you out. I'm going to give you more drugs. I got you. Like, he was really scared for me. So whatever he did, it put me out to sleep, y'all. Sleep. I woke up. I don't know how long I was out for. They lied. I think they told me like 60 seconds. May said, no, you was out for a while. So they eventually told Mace he got to get out the room. And I know that had to be traumatizing for him too, because it's like, I already, you know, I went to go get food and I come back, y'all telling me she got to get a C-section. Now y'all kicking me out. Like, it was so much happening so fast. So I wake up, and I'm gonna tell y'all this as mothers or whatever, you watching this, you want to have a baby, or you already have one on the way, or you whatever. Think positive, because I was so paranoid my whole pregnancy that everything I thought was negative. I was so scared. I felt like, I told y'all, I felt like God was giving me this, which, I mean, obviously he didn't and he wouldn't do, but I felt like my karma for having an abortion when I was younger was coming to get me. And I don't know why, because I had got pregnant after that, like later down in the years, and I had a miscarriage. So I'm like, you know what, like, my karma is coming and I'm never gonna like have a baby. And I'll be honest, y'all, this is the first time that I got pregnant and I was like, I'm keeping it. So I was like, you know what, like, well, this is the second time I actually had a miscarriage, but since then I've been like so traumatized about that I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm not deserving to be a mom, or maybe I'm not deserving of this blessing. And that's just what I was thinking. I know it's bad, but Mace keep texting me. I know it's bad, but I just want y'all to think positive, please. Think positive through your pregnancy. If something is meant to happen, it's going to happen. So obsessing over your child having Down syndrome or whatever, like, I see so much stuff on the internet. Obsessing over these things is not going to change if your child is going to have it or not. So just please think positive. So I wake up and I don't hear nothing. I'm expecting the wah, you know, the baby crying. No, girl. So I wake up and I don't hear baby crying. I say, you know what? They didn't go fast enough. Like, they didn't, you know, operate fast enough. So, you know what I'm saying? He must not have made it. So once I get that thought out of my head, I'm like, okay, where's Mace? Where's my spouse? So the first thing I say is, where's Mace? Where's Mace? And everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. And Mace is like, I'm here, I'm here. So I'm expecting that when I wake up, Mace is going to be right here, like I've seen in the YouTube videos and the fucking, you know, online, that the spouse is usually at your shoulder. So I'm like, what the hell he doing all the way over there? Like, where's Mace? And all I can do is freak out. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm still like this. Nobody's telling me nothing. I'm up. And I'm just like, where's Mace? Because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, there's no crying. I'm expecting to hear a baby cry, y'all. Like, I don't hear shit. So I'm like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. Like, I was just like, you know what? If that's what's destined to be in my future. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking, but I think that I kind of had already, I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I knew I needed to find out where the fuck Mace was at, because I don't want to go through this by myself and I don't see him at my shoulder. Like, what the fuck's going on? So, he's like, I'm here, I'm here. I start to feel nauseous. I'm like telling anesthesia, man, I got to throw up, man. Man, guy, I need to throw up so bad, guys. And then he gave me a little throw up bag, and I'm like this, and I'm like, like I'm throwing up like all over my face. Like, it was just a hot ass fucking mess. So Mace finally comes over, and still at this time I don't know where's the baby, if the baby made it or not. And Mace comes over, and oh my god, no, I'm about to cry. No, I don't want to cry. I gotta be a thug. Mace comes over and he shows me a picture of a baby, and the baby's Kyrie. Like, he shows me a picture. Still, I don't hear no baby crying. He shows me the picture, guys, and I break the fuck down. I'm like, oh my god, like, where's he at? Like, I don't know where he's at in the room. Like, I just break down crying. I'm like, well, you sent me a picture? Like, show me the baby. So then I hear like a little, like a tiny cry, but it wasn't really like a cry. I don't know, it was weird. Kyrie was real quiet the first couple days. He's still a quiet. Oh shit, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this camera. It keep overheating, but all right, y'all, I don't know, my camera keeps overheating. But what's the last thing I told y'all? I think I was telling y'all, am I focused? I better be. I think I was telling y'all he came over and showed me the photo. And I ain't going front. The baby looked like an alien. I was like, who alien baby is this? The baby looked just like Mace. Like, I didn't know when babies come out, they'd be like, you know, big lips. And, well, depending on, of course, you know, genes and stuff. Because his lips not big right now. But, so he goes and he brings the baby over. He brings Kyrie over. And, of course, you know, I'm laying like this. I can't, I'm laying like this. So I can't, like, touch him, and he brings him to me, and I just cannot stop crying. I'm crying. Like, I cannot stop crying. And I will say this, everything that I went through, all the pain that I went through, and the stuff that I went through while I was pregnant, you know, in that moment when you see your baby, it is 100% worth it, by all means. Would I do it again? Oh, fuck no. I will never do that shit again. Yeah, I will never do it again. So, like, I'm happy you guys have not been commenting, hey, when's Kyrie getting a brother or a sister? Because y'all know me, because y'all know that shit ain't happening again. I will never put myself through that. So, so whatever. They let me see him for about, not that long. I'll say, like, maybe like 3-4 minutes. And then they take him and Mace and the baby goes to, back to that same, I think it's called, yes, the labor and delivery unit, because we didn't go to the mommy and baby unit yet. So they go, then they start stitching me up, and that same Caucasian anesthesiologist, absolutely fucking amazing. I wish I had $1,000 in my hand that day to hand to him. Like, that man was such a professional. I felt like he was like my guardian angel. Like, I felt like the nurse, the labor and delivery nurse, the one that I wanted, she was on my right side, my guardian angel, and he was my other guardian angel, because he literally took care of me. He was updating me throughout the whole, when they were stitching me up, he was like, all right, yeah, don't, you know, just like 5 more minutes, you know, she's getting you, you know, she's just on that last, just updating me and making me feel so like I was involved. So I don't know his name, because everything was happening so fast, and the last time I seen him was in the OR. When I tell y'all, absolutely amazing. All I could say was thank you so much. Like, thank you. Like, yo, I know God had to send him and the doctor and the labor and delivery nurse. He had to send them to me, because there's no way I would have got through that experience without them 3. So we get back to the room. Of course, you know, I have to like try to get him the latch, you know, get the colostrum, all that stuff. That's basically it. They gave me some fentanyl. And then I was in the mommy and baby unit for like a couple days, as you guys seen in the vlog. And then I came home, and now we are living our lives. And I will say this, postpartum is not easy. It is the biggest life change that I've done. Like, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But I never thought my life could take like a whole swoop, like it just like flipped. Like that freedom that you have to get up and, oh, I'm going here. No, you're not. Where's your babysitter? Like, your life is dependent on this person. Like, this baby is your sole responsibility. And I know it's like cute, like, oh, baby pictures, but until you're sitting in it and it hits you like, I'm literally responsible for this baby. Because it's cute to be pregnant and pregnancy photos, and when the baby comes, shit gets real. When it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you haven't got no sleep, or 5 a.m. you haven't got no sleep, and you're like, you know, eyes closing, and the baby won't start crying, that shit right there, you gotta sit in that. That shit is crazy, you guys. That second day that I got home, I asked God, I said, God, what did I just do to myself? What did I just do to my life? He was crying, and I was crying with him, y'all. We just sitting there crying together. And I'm just like, what did I do to my life? It's such a big adjustment to be at a baby's beck and call. I think that's the word, that the slogan, whatever the fuck they say. He cries, you have to get up and figure out why he's crying, what he needs. It is very demanding. And I'm telling you, if you're not ready for it, don't do it. Because I feel like once the baby's here, you know what I'm saying, the baby didn't ask to be here, so you just kind of, girl, you can't do shit about it. I feel like mommy mode definitely does kick in, though, because I was really worried, like, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. It kicks in. You eventually you figure out, you know what I'm saying? And the only thing that's important is you trying to be the best parent that you can be for that child. That's it. Nothing else matters. So as far as postpartum body, I snap back, you guys. I snap back, but when I sit down, I still got a little pouch that I don't like. But as much as I was saying I wanted a tummy tuck, when I seen that tummy tuck scar, you're insane. That tummy tuck scar is as wide as this camera screen. So absolutely not. The tummy tuck ain't happening, love. But I didn't get one stretch mark. Not one. Let me show you guys my stomach. I didn't get one stretch mark. I did not get one stretch mark, guys. This is regular. Push it out. Push it out and suck it in. This is if I suck it in. I did not get one stretch mark. So yeah, that is my labor and delivery story. That is basically what happened when you know, my water broke and I had to give birth to my son. I think everything happens for a reason. Let me tell you something. I'm actually not upset that I had a C-section. I don't think I wanted to do it vaginally. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that sounds cute, but like, I just feel like I didn't have to worry about tearing. I didn't have to worry about the ring of fire. I didn't have to worry about, you know, my shit gonna snap back or not. Like, I'm not too opposed to a C-section, but I think the most traumatizing part was like me feeling it and them just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy, like just not doing nothing. So that was very traumatizing for me in the contractions. But like I said, I'm not doing it again. I don't want to scare y'all though. If you're already pregnant, love, ain't shit you could do about it. The baby gonna come out one way or another. So you better just pray and ask for the epidural. That's really it. So that is it for my labor and delivery video. So y'all, I'm actually not going to be fake. I don't know why. I just totally forgot that I wanted to show you guys Kyrie. So I'm going to show you guys my son. If you guys don't know, his father is very dark. His father is as black as my hair. No, I'm just kidding. But he's dark. So I kind of already knew Kyrie was going to come out brown. I knew he wasn't going to come out my color because his dad's darkness overpowers everything in this room. No, it overpowers my lightness like by far. So yeah, I got me my little chocolate baby, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a baby as black as can be. Like, I just wanted a beautiful chocolate baby. I'm not trying to be mean because I am light skinned. I did not want a light skinned baby. I'm so sorry if your baby's light skinned. I'm not trying to offend anybody because I'm light skinned. I just would prefer a darker skinned baby, and that's exactly what I got. So I'm very happy. I'm going to show you guys my son. If you're new, you're like, what? You just your first time watching me? I'm going to show you my son. I know he don't look like me, so please don't eat me up in the comments because y'all be eating me up talking about something. You were used. Did your DNA even try? Clearly, it tried and it failed. So I'm going to introduce you guys to my son, Kyrie, aka Kyrieski. This is my chocolate baby. Look at him looking like, girl, what? This is my son, Kyrie. Hey, Kyrieski. He like, Ma. Yo, why you looking at me like that? That's so funny. This is my baby. My chocolate baby. You look so big like that. Hey, Mommy. And then he got his little birthmark on his chest. But this is my beautiful black son. Kyrie, tell them thank you for all the baby registry kids that they got you. He like, girl, you already know what time it is. It's sleep time. So, yeah, I'm going to see ya. Focus for I snuff you. But yeah, y'all, that is it for today's video. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all next video. So, yeah.
Every girl want to walk off of me. Yeah. Every girl say they want piece of me. Boom. And every girl them a dive after me. So they know me as the pussy specialist. Yeah. When the pussy sick, them have to check me with it. Yeah.